Now, let's go ahead and get this started. Audio seems nice. And let's check external sound. Turn that one up. All right, so let's. Come on. All the monitors I'm doing. Is saying that I should be showing. Yeah. All right. So I got a few new games. And I actually put some stuff away, basically. Wait, what did I put Smite? I put it in the folder. So the way I got the camera now is set directly in my face. So Smite, yeah. Woohoo. Yes. All right. I should be coming up. Hmm. Sorry about this, guys. Everything is taking forever to load. All right, so we're gonna start this up by playing some G-Man. Let's start. I would complain about him not having the setup ready, but hello, Mr. Pot. It's the kettle calling. And so, let's continue. And I bet, welcome everybody to Preachers of the Choir Comes. Thank you.
Alright. Hello everyone and welcome to Marked by God. And today I'm going to be reviewing a video.
Oh my God, he said 3 words today in a row without saying the word. Oh, I'm proud of him.
Done by Penn Gillette. A self-made millionaire who happens to be a magician and also an atheist who claims that reading the Bible will make you atheist. But that's not the only ridiculous claim he actually makes in this video. And we're going to be discussing that in today's video. I'm going to let all of you hear for yourself the things that comes out of his mouth. And using common sense, logic, and reasoning, I'm going to show you all.
Somebody needs to change the battery in the smoke detector. And it is true. If you take the time to read into the Bible and actually study what the Bible says, that actually is something that has turned a lot of people away from Christianity. And is not exactly wrong, but let's go.
Why a lot of these atheists on YouTube say things that they don't really understand, and they really do a lot of the work for us as far as showing the world just how ridiculous their positions are. You know, but don't take my word for it. I want you to hear it for yourself. So what I'm going to do is, let me get the video here real quick. There it goes. This is going to be coming from the YouTube channel Think Big. So let me see something here. Screen share. This.
I'm not going to even address the irony of him watching a channel that's called Think Big. But let's continue.
But you guys all see that. I'm going to play the video and I'm going to be stopping it and I'm going to be responding to it. It plays a little bit loud.
Oh, so this is a response video to response video. Fun. Let's go.
Hear it? Let's get started.
My church group in Greenfield, Massachusetts, at the age of about 16 or 17, I had made a deal with my mom and dad. I was very, very close to my mom and dad. I'm a real mama's boy, and got along with them my whole life, hardly even rough periods. And they went to the Congregationalist Church, the Church of the Covered Dish Supper, in Greenfield, Massachusetts. Massachusetts is an old enough state that you could not.
Okay, so I can almost guarantee, even though Penn Jillette gave this story, I can almost guarantee that even though he's explaining that he didn't hate his mother or his father, and I can almost guarantee that, and shit, my phone going off. Turn that off, mute. Thank you. I can almost guarantee that he's going to say he wasn't a real Christian and that it's some kind of way, some kind of reason that Penn Jillette could never claim to be a Christian, or he never had the Holy Ghost, or he was just doing as somebody told him and not truly believing in himself. I can almost guarantee that, just judging by listening to this fool. But let's continue.
Not charter a town without having a Congregationalist church. This was the first one in our town. I mean, from back 200 years ago. And I made a deal with my mom and dad that I wouldn't have to go to church services Sunday morning if I went to youth group Sunday night. So we had a pastor, that minister at that church that was fairly hip. You know, he's trying to deal with the children, play at Jim Morrison's.
All right. Also, to go along with that bet, now, G-Man himself has says he doesn't believe in church. He says that he believes that you can get the word of God just from reading the Bible. I can almost guarantee that he's going to look down on this as well. And just bear with me. Maybe I may be right, but let's go.
The song once in a while by the Beatles. Far out. And he sincerely wanted us to do some inquiry into theological questions. And I took it very seriously. I may have been the only one in the youth group that did take it seriously. And I read the Bible cover to cover. And I think that anyone who is thinking about maybe being an atheist, if you read the Bible or the Quran or the Torah cover to cover, I believe you will emerge from that as an atheist.
No, I want to stop there and I want to comment on this because this is one of my favorite things to comment on when I hear so-called atheists, make-believe atheists here on YouTube talk about.
See, did it in his first statement. So-called atheists, make-believe atheists. He's gonna actually say that he has a fucking religion, especially after what he just told him. But let's continue.
Being atheists, after talking about how they read the Bible and how it made them atheists, but he says he believes that if you read the Bible and you believe it, and you read the Quran, it will make you atheist. Now, earlier I said I was going to use common sense, I was going to use logic, and I was going to use reason to be able to prove.
Oh God, he said he was going to use logic and common sense and reason. This fucker is going to use common sense. God, can he even use the word sense besides nonsense? This fucker. Reason, logic. I'm sorry.
Just how ridiculously stupid of a statement that is, right? Tell me something. How many Muslims out there do you think actually read the Quran? How many Christians you think are out there that actually read the Bible?
I know not you, but I'm just assuming. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Let's go.
How many people who profess to be Christians
change that fucking
read the Bible?
Fucking smoke detector battery.
Muslims would have, a lot of Muslims have read various books. I wouldn't say all of them, but various books in the Bible and the Quran. Then you have the New Agers. You have some Satanists who have read certain books in the Bible, but they're not necessarily considered atheists, though. You understand what I'm saying? He made a claim saying that he believes. I guess he believes this on faith because there ain't no proof.
And you just made a claim as well. You didn't bring up any evidence. You made a claim of personal experience, but you didn't put it towards any fucking evidence. So, by the standard that you judge my statements, judge your own. Let's continue.
Behind it, he said he believes that if you read the Bible, that you will become an atheist. I read the Bible. Evangelist Ken's read the Bible. Rebecca's read the Bible. Twan the Stone has read the Bible. Tommy Hall has read the Bible. A whole bunch of us has read the Bible. We're not atheists. So
the point is, have you read the whole Bible, you fucking idiot? Dang. The thing about it, a lot of people have not read the whole Bible. Hell, some of these people haven't read the books of which they profess to get prophecy from. If you actually read the very end of the book of Joshua, they said the Hebrews could not, or the Jews or the children of Israelites couldn't win the Central Valley because a certain people had iron chariots and they couldn't, their power couldn't be driven from that part of the land because a certain people had iron chariots. Now, the God of creation, who created iron, who created horses, could not beat people who had iron chariots. That says something. That says a lot of things. And it just says that the story is fucking made up to reflect what people actually wanted to reflect. We aren't made in the image of God. God is made in the image of us. But let's continue.
So there's something wrong with your statement that you're making, Mr. Gillette. Now, you said that you believe this, but I know since I watched this video before I did this, that you're going to elaborate on it. So let's hear what you have to say.
I mean, you can read The God Delusion by Richard Dawkins. You can read God is Not Great by Hitchens.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. You're telling a story about.
He's not gonna go there. He's not gonna forget that he stopped this man he stopped this man on a phrase where he's just switching topics. He's finished telling the story and he's elaborating. He's not gonna do this. He's not that stupid that he can't remember that far in the past, right?
You believe that if a person reads the Bible, they'll become an atheist. So there's no reason to read the God Delusion. There's no reason to read these God is not great or anything like that. There's no reason to read these books. You said that all a person has to do is read the Bible, and that will make them atheists. And I know the reasons that you're going to give in a minute, and I think they're completely ignorant, but we'll get to that in a minute. But you said that if a person reads the Bible, that they're going to become an atheist. There's no need to read any other book. You said if a person reads the Bible or the Quran, they're going to become an atheist, that they're going to lack a belief in every God in existence. I want my audience to think about that a minute. You're reading the Bible. That has to do with the Christian.
All right, so this is what I don't get about. This is what I don't get about these internet Christians, because I'm not gonna say all Christians, but these internet Christians, they have this thing where it's always a dichotomy. It always is in, out, good, bad, left, right. Either they hate people that are gay or they're just in the closet about being gay. I don't get it about some of these internet Christians. And it's like they have to draw a dichotomy of all you need is this. It's the mark of intellectually being incurious, not one that actually learn and expand on things or concepts past just the first part of that concept. But let's continue.
And God. Think about that, man. This man saying that you're going to become an atheist, that you're going to lack belief in all gods. What does that tell you about his statement? It should tell you two things. Number one, he believes that there's only one true and living God, if he did exist, and that's the God of the Bible.
No, you're preaching here. You're preaching because that's not what he's saying. He actually gave you examples of other religions that are not Christian. And I know you want to claim that all the Abrahamic religions also reflect God and things of that nature. No, there are distinct differences between the versions of God in all three books. I know there's a distinct difference in the version of God between, the Jewish religion and the Christian religion, and it's still a degree of separation from what they were before. But let's continue.
That's number one. And number two, if he's saying that you can become an atheist, and an atheist, let me define what the word means, because it's kind of funny how these knuckleheads like to try to hijack the definition of this word when it's convenient for them.
Pot?
A means to be without. Theist means to have a belief in God, or a God, or whatever. If you're
Did he just lose it? Yeah.
I'm just atheistic towards your God. No, if you read the Bible and it turns out you don't believe the things in the Bible, that makes you anti-Christian.
What the hell? Oh God. And this is what I'm talking about. Oh my God, you just don't like Christian gods. And when you question people like this on, okay, so you are going to validate the existence of polytheistic gods. No, they're not true gods. when you can actually go in the Bible and actually says, it literally actually spells out there are other gods. However, they're not, they want to use that there is only one true and living God, but they want to actually have that, they want to hold that same idea almost as if it's been beaten into them that, well, no, there are other gods this way. And this fucker right here, G-Man, has actually said that if you say that somebody is a god among, say, like, if you say that the person that you're with is a god among whatever gender that they are, you believe in gods, and so you can't be a atheist, which is stupid as shit, and it's looking for a way out of saying that it's only the justification that people are steady trying to use that verse. Is it in Romans? Is it in Philippians where they say, hey, everyone has a knowledge of God in their heart. And that's all it's there for. When you hear this argument, it's just there to justify what the Bible says for it right there. But let's continue.
If you read the Bible and you reject the Bible, it makes you anti-Christian. I'm not sure how that makes you anti-Islam or anti any other particular religion out.
Okay, so I know that I'm going to have to kind of go back on what I said before. Sue me. It takes more nuances. But by every right, do you get what you actually just said? It's literally just saying that because someone doesn't believe in a Christian God, they're not rejecting the Muslim God or the Jewish God. Dude, they're all the same archetype with different with different expressions. And yeah, it's early and I've been swimming this morning, so my English is not all that good. Expressions, thank you, of the same type of religion, the same type of God. They're just in different expressions. They're not the same character. They're the same stereotype, the same structure of a sky daddy, basically, which was kind of which was par for the course in that area of the world. But let's continue.
There that has to do with a god or a deity. That's why I said in this video, I'm going to destroy them with their own with their own so-called logic and their own so-called reasoning. Because at best, their logic and reasoning is based on pure ignorance. They have not spent any real time thinking about any of this. And if you don't believe me, ladies,
I would say he didn't spend time thinking about this, but he probably has. He thinks about it in the way that he was told to think about it. And I guess that's my anarchist kind of feeling about a lot of stuff that we see about religion, and that's probably one of the reasons why I was kind of moved away from religion, because just having a structure where people can abuse for the gain of the few over the loss of the many, it kind of pisses me off. And not saying I'm full comrade here, but I can understand the appeal of trying to do the most good to the most amount of people. So, let's go.
and gents, when you get into a room with them, don't let them change the topic. Don't let them change the goalposts. Don't let them do any of those things.
Goddamn, change your battery.
It's impossible to become an atheist by reading the Bible.
Alright, so I don't think he actually gets what that means, because I don't think he's actually read the whole Bible. And yes, there are Christians who read the Bible and take everything that they can, they're told to believe. But what he is saying, and I think this is where he's missing it, Christians that read the Bible to prove that it's right versus just taking it into themselves, but to prove that it's right, that's the making of being an atheist, because they're trying to find some logical way, some logical reason to prove that the Bible is right. And when they start hearing about the shit, then they say, oh, this is what's going on. But let's continue.
Just ask them that.
Wow.
I'll say it again.
His fucking internet is going in and out horribly. Yeah, his internet bad. And I'm one to talk because, basically I'm actually streaming. I'm streaming him and the video and running OBS. So I know I'm not really one to talk, but yeah, his shit is bad. Let me just put this up here. Sorry, guys. Just moving some things around. All right. There we go. All right, let's go. Let's play some tropical. I want to fucking play some tropical. Shit, I gotta download it. Let's go.
If they tell you that you can become an atheist from reading the Bible, then they don't got the foggiest idea what an atheist really is at the end of the day. And Mr. Gillette, since you're clearly not educated enough to understand what an atheist is, that is a person who rejects every God claim, not just a Christian God claim. It would do you and a lot of your atheist friends a service if you guys stop saying this idiotically stupid stuff on here, saying things like, if I reject the Bible, then that means, or the Quran, then that means no God exists. Any religion. That's my worldview. I believe that there's only one true and living God. I believe that. You, however, are claiming that you don't believe in anybody's gods. And in order for you to say that, sir, you got to reject all of their beliefs, not just Christianity.
So this is a interesting take on the No True Scotsman. So I'm not gonna just also kind of throw in a way of he's atheistic towards all of those other people's gods. I'm not. I can. And oh shit, that's gonna take 15 minutes. I am sorry. I will start a new fucking game. But he I'm not gonna throw that. He just believes in his one true God. When people say this, that they lost faith in one God and now they want to lose faith in all gods, because what they lose faith in is the supernatural. They lose faith in that whole belief that there are forces beyond nature that we can't comprehend and we never will comprehend. That's what they lose faith in, you fucking idiot. It's not that they want to say, whoa, God is dead. Like, okay, that Nietzsche quote was actually really cool, but we're not going there. But the fact that you don't get that, you fucking idiot, that they're saying that they lost faith in the system, and you don't understand that, again, can you hold more than one thought in your head at a time? Well, let's continue.
Get that through your thick head. When you guys say you're smart and everything and whatnot, you need to take something like this into consideration, because you ain't as smart as you think you are.
But the Bible itself will turn you atheist faster than...
Oh, by the way, Tropical 6 is coming. And I actually may get it new. Yay. I'm trying to keep the chat up and talk to you guys, and so you guys see it. All right, but let's continue.
I think because what we get told about the Bible is a lot of picking and choosing. When you see, Lot's daughter gang raped and beaten, and the Lord being okay with that, when you actually
Okay, so God is okay with Lot's daughter.
Um. Okay, so please tell me that he. I know Gillette got it wrong, and this is because I grew up in the Christian school. I know Gillette got it wrong, but somebody who is G-Man's caliber of super Christian should know that he got it wrong, and that you know that he should explain what's going on because Gillette is actually mixing this up with another story in the Bible where a man offered somebody up to be raped. But let's continue.
Being beaten and gang raped. What scriptural reference is he using? Is he talking about Sodom and Gomorrah? When did this event happen? Where's your scriptural reference? You see, here's a problem with people like Penn Jillette and other atheists here on the internet. They make a lot of claims, no verses to back them up whatsoever. None. We don't have any point of reference to go look up to see whether or not what he's saying is true. Because I go to church and my pastor doesn't talk about the stuff that he's talking about. My pastor doesn't say, oh, Lot's daughter was gang raped and God was okay with it. Okay, I bet you $1 million if one of these morons was in a room with me and I told them to open up the Bible and to read the story to me. I'm willing to bet them $1 billion that they don't even understand what they're reading, and I can show them that God is not okay with it. And I can point out 1,000,000 scriptures to prove it.
And I can point out some important scriptures to show that God is okay with rape, as long as you pay the woman's father for damaged goods, and she's not set to be married. God is okay with that. But, let's continue.
These people don't know what they're talking about, and they're insanely ignorant when it comes to the scriptures. Insanely ignorant when it comes to the scriptures. That's why
Gotta
they're
get the
claiming
roll
atheism.
just straight.
Because
Fuck. I'll wait.
They read a library of books, at least according to them, because I don't even believe they did that, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt. They read a library of books that they did not understand, therefore it can't be true, because they don't understand it. That's just ridiculous. Anyway, let me play some more of this. And by the way, I would correct him with the scripture, but again, he gave us nothing to look at. And I'm not going to do the work for him. I refuse to. And you shouldn't either. The burden is on him to show you what he's talking about.
you read about Abraham being willing to kill his son, when you actually read that.
Now, and Penn Jillette will argue that that's a horrible thing, what Abraham was going to do when God told him.
All right. Ooh. I bet I know this one because I used to hear people explain it this way. God was just testing Abraham. He really wasn't going to let him kill Isaac. Also, we are all God's property, so God can do it with us as He will. And finally, God would have stopped Abraham anyway because of the covenant that He made with him. I think He's going to use all three. I'm betting He won't use the last one, but let's see. Let's go.
For him to offer up His only son, which was a picture of what He would do with Jesus for the sins of the whole world, giving up something that was precious.
He pulled the Jesus card. Oh, isn't that so precious? Well, let's continue.
Which obviously God was just testing Abraham. He won't talk about that. He'll just say, oh, the very thought is so evil. Don't let me start talking about abortion now. Like all of a sudden killing your children.
Abortion is in the Bible. Like literally, it's in the Bible. It's if you feel your wife has not been faithful to you, you can actually go to a priest and have him curse her. But yeah, let's continue.
There's nothing wrong with doing something like that. Don't let me bring that up. Don't let me.
Yeah, God usually just waits till they're fully formed people. Hey, say like if he wanted to, I don't know, create a global flood that killed men, women, children, people that may not have been formulative enough to, make conscious decisions about shit. But, yeah, monkeys and typewriters.
Bring up whether or not people who have mental illnesses should be killed and whatnot. Because a lot of these New World Order fake Luciferian atheists would support that like that. Don't even get me started on that topic. But all of a sudden now, they're interested in the lives of these children when they're the champions of murdering children before they can even breathe in or breathe out. In some of the most horrific and disgusting ways imaginable.
So, judging from the fact that I know a lot of women who've had miscarriages with children, or hell, my mother even had a miscarriage after she had me. Is it God who's killing the babies because reasons? Like, I don't get it. Is your reason is fallacious, dog, because what it sounds like to me is that it's okay when your God does it before a child is born, but it's not okay when humans do it. But let's continue.
But before you would even get that far with me, Pendulette, and the rest of you atheists out there, before you would even get that far with me, what exactly is your basis to say what Abraham was going to do was evil? My basis is the fact that I serve a holy God who is good, who is just, and has proven that he is far superior than any of you atheists when it comes to doing good and being morally good. Far superior than you.
I don't think most atheists have drowned the world in the flood. I don't think most atheists haven't commanded their followers to genocide a whole bunch of cultures. I don't think most atheists have set up a convoluted plot and plan to, let's just say, glorify themselves through human suffering. That's just before you even get to hell. But I'm going to create human suffering to make myself feel better for centuries, millennia. I don't think most atheists would do that. But let's continue. Now, Christians will do that all the time. People who are of faith or who want to be a figure of faith will do that shit all the time. But let's continue.
And I look at him as being the final authority because of his very nature. We haven't even gotten to what he's done, because you don't want to take notes on what God has done and what you've done. When you sit there and you tease people and mock them, try to cause wars over disagreeing people's, you murdered 100 million theists simply because they had a disagreement with you. You can't name one biblical time in history that many people died.
All the people. Now, mind you, there were no, according to what you say, there weren't that many people in the world, but all the people. Your God killed all the people. It's no other way around it. He killed them all. He killed them all and took names. He killed them all and let himself decide. You can't get away from that. And no more than the world was offensive to him. It wasn't for power because you claim that he's all powerful. It wasn't for land because you claim he owned the land. It was because people were offensive to him. That's petty. But let's continue.
But anyway, many of you can't.
He's waiting for his brain to load.
Many of you can't even tie his sandals. Many of you can't even tie his sandals. Many of you can't even tie his sandals.
Why does he sound like he's crying? Because he's... Oh my God. I know what it is. I know why he does this. He does it. He does it because he feels he's inadequate. Oh my God. He feels that he's inadequate. Oh my God. G-Man, do you need a hug? Do you need a hug? I think you need a hug. I think you need to hug with whatever you find that will be attractive, that's satisfying you, and they need to do more than hugging. Yeah, but it sounds like you need a hug, dog. I'm sorry. Aw, poor baby. But let's continue.
Let me play a little more of this video here.
When you read the insanity of the talking snake, when you read the...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's not a talking snake. It's a talking serpent. And before it was rolling around in his belly, it was walking. At least I think it was anyway. Because it talked about how it was going to...
Whoa. He didn't just nitpick. He didn't just nitpick. Really, dog? Really? You nitpicked that? Yeah. But let's go.
Eat dust and all that other stuff and whatnot as a form of punishment in the book of Genesis. And whether or not it had legs or not is irrelevant and whatnot. But we believe that parrots can mimic our voices today. You know why? Because we've seen parrots do this. Okay? You believe in the theory of evolution, sir, and you believe that one time ape-like people, ape-like beings were able to talk to each other. This is what you believe as an evolutionist. So that should not sound all that crazy to you.
First, humans are still apes. We are. Humans are still apes. It's nothing wrong or bad about that. We're a specialized ape that has been able to improve the state of the world, and in some case put the world in disrepair. We're a special ape that has language, memory, self-awareness. Parrots don't exhibit that. It's okay to be an animal. It's fucking okay. No one is denigrating you. And this is why, just a few moments ago, that I just really... This is really his thing. He's trying to fight off his insecurities. And I don't know why, instead of working on yourself... Like, look, check it out. I work on shit all the time. I work on trying to bring you guys better videos, trying to improve my content. You can see it's evident where I try to increase what I can actually do. But I don't stick to just saying, well, the world is, it's never going to change, so I need to add value to myself. And it's the same thing. This is the same thing I personally see. And it may be true, it may not be true. I may have come upon a kernel of knowledge based on just my interaction with people. The people that yell and scream and boast the most about how special they are usually people that have to borrow knowledge or, you know, borrow valor from other things to make themselves feel good. Now, I am not a fucking romantic. I fucking hate the concept of romanticism. But I can understand the appeal of saying, oh, people are just angels. People are just great and good. And only bad stuff happens to bad people, or bad stuff happens to you because you may have did something bad. And I'm not like Thomas Aquinas, where we're all evil. It just makes fucking sense that we're good and bad in different ways. And I don't even like using those terms. But we all have strengths and weaknesses. We don't have to be... The whole fucking channel says itself. And I'm sorry, I'm slow. Marked by God. I am special because I'm marked by the Most High. No, you're not. Let's continue.
That beast that was supernaturally possessed by Satan was able to speak to Eve. And that's not lunacy. That's not craziness. It's rational. Because you wasn't there to see the early animals that God created.
So he did that. Kid Ham, were you there? And dude, it's only rational because you were told it was rational. I get it. I fucking get it. Hey, if you want to say that, you know, if you want to tell us that things are rational because, you know, things logically follow, and even though, you know, something seems fantastical, like the difference from the sun to the earth, we don't have a scale to comprehend that we can't comprehend that on the scale that it truly is. But when we break it down to a scale that we can understand, that's great. That's not what's happening here. You're taking someone's complete retelling, translation of someone's retelling going back countless generations. But yet, that's more logical and sensible than, you know, the evidence that we have.